Alright, Algebra 1, there's one more. This is page 17. I know it's a lot, but it's all important. Hopefully this one's not that bad. So on this one, I'm going to try to deal with my parentheses first, just like on regular order of operations. Well, all of this is raised to the 0th power, so it's all 1. That makes my life a whole lot easier. So now I have 1 times 1. Down here, I'm going to raise my 5 to the negative second and my b to the negative second. So, cleaning all of this up. In my numerator, I had 1 times 1, which is 1. In my denominator, I have 25a squared times, I'm going to multiply down here, 5 to the negative second and b to the negative second. Well, let me deal with all those negative exponents. So I have 5 squared b squared all over 25a squared. Well, 5 squared is just 25, so 25 divided by 25 is 1. I have b squared over a squared. To keep this short and easy to see, that's all we're going to do. Now I'm going to raise all of these to the negative first power. So I have 4 to the negative first, a to the negative first, d to the negative first, times 16a. Down here I've got 13b, and all of these get raised to the negative 1. So 13 to the negative 1, c to the negative 1. Now I'm going to flip all of my negative exponents. So I've got my 4, my a, and my d all come down. 4, a, d, those are all to the first power, so I don't need to say that. My 16a stays up here. Then I have down here in the denominator 13b, and those 13 to the negative 1 and c to the negative 1 come up. And since they're both to the first, I don't need to write that. Well, 16 divided by 4 is just 4. A divided by a cancels and is 1. 13 divided by 13 cancels and is just 1. We're left with c over db. No more like terms, I'm done. 2 more. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to raise every single thing to that negative third power. And even before that, I'm going to call this 1. For anything to the 0th power is 1, so I don't need it. Everything raised to the negative third. Well, when I raise a power to a power, I multiply. So c to the 2 times negative 3, c to the negative 6, d to the 3 times negative 3, negative 9, and f to the negative third, all over 2 to the negative third, negative 4 to the negative third, which is c to the positive 12, negative times a negative, and d is negative times a negative, so d to the 15th. Now I'm going to flip all my negative exponents. So c to the 6th is down here, d to the 9th is down here, f to the 3rd is down here, 2 to the 3rd is now up here, right? Going in order. C to the 12th stays because it's positive, and d to the 15th stays. Now we can clean some stuff up. Well, 2 to the 3rd is 8. Then we've got c to the 6th and c to the 12th. When I multiply the same base, I add exponents, so c to the 18th. Then I have d to the 9th and d to the 15th. When I multiply, I add exponents, so d to the 9 plus 15, 24, and I have f cubed still. That's it. There's no more like terms. That one wasn't that bad, actually. Now I'm going to raise all of these to the negative first. Well, I could do it that way. Everything raised to the negative first. Well, the 1's not going to do anything. All it's going to do is make it negative and flip everything. So what I could do if I see it raised to the negative first, since it's all raised to the negative first, I'm going to flip everything in there. So I'm going to bring this negative 2, a to the negative second, b to the 4th, c squared, all to the bottom, and I'm going to raise negative 4th, a to the negative second, b to the negative 5th, c to the 7th, negative 7th. All of that switched. Now it's a little easier. Well, I could do negative 4 divided by negative 2 right away. That's just 2. Then I've got all of these negatives. So all of my negatives I'm going to flip. Well, A, B, and C are all negative. I'm going to bring all of those down. A to the 2nd, B to the 5th, C to the 7th. Now I'm going to look down here. I have A to the 2nd, and I'm going to flip that up. B to the 4th and C squared stay down here. Now I just got to divide and multiply where I can. Well, A to the 2nd and A to the 2nd divide and give you 1. That was nice. So my only thing left in my numerator is 2. Then I've got B to the 5th and B to the 4th. Well, when we multiply, we add B to the 9th. And C to the 7th, C squared. When we multiply the same base, we add C to the 9th. That's it. You should be able to do everything with exponents by now. Hopefully it's not that bad. After this, we move into radicals.